Staatspräsident Macron, sehr geehrte
Mr. President, dear ministers, Mr. Commissaire Moedas, Mr. Villani, ladies and gentlemen. Europe has started its walk just as you, Mr. President. You have figured out a way to really launch your new republic. And now the new German government also wishes to use this new momentum and take Europe further with this new momentum and take Germany as well as our French-German cooperation further. It's the first time that a coalition contract of Germany brings these topics forward as early as the first pages. We wish to discuss all essential topics for Europe. It's a very clear message that we send to all of our partners throughout the world. And it's a strong message as well against populistic and nationalist movements that are emerging around us and in our countries. It's a beautiful project to which we will keep giving everything we have. This is a topic that not only will help bring us peace and freedom, it's also at the heart of economic development, as well as the society development of Europe, and it has been the case since the 1950s. It is our common future that's at stake. And I genuinely believe that in order to keep using this momentum and stay on this nice track, we need more instead of less networks in Europe. The stronger our cross-border cooperation is, and the more we share services and ideas, and the more we are likely to take Europe to the forefront of the international scene. We stand at the time of globalization and digital revolution. And so it is time more than ever to find together the right solutions to improve our lifestyles, have good jobs, prosperity, security, and a long, healthy life. These are our common goals. There are many of these things that we can achieve together, but not all of them. In many areas, for example, we apply the principle, the subsidiary principle. And for that in Germany, we need to have the support of our entire population. Whereas in research and education, as we have discussed at lunch, Madame Vidal, we stand at the forefront of European cooperation. And I think of millions of young people who were able, during the past 30 years, to live and study and work in foreign countries thanks to the Erasmus program. And I also think of all the new solutions that we can find to align our systems of access to a university and align our research programs and create networks for science and research, and even more than that. Our governments are ready together to take their full responsibilities and play a leading driver role for economic growth, for innovation, for social cohesion in Europe. On January 22nd of this year, the Bundestag as well as the National Assembly have adopted a common resolution. The aim of said resolution was to strengthen Franco-German cooperation, and the goal was to take together the next steps to renew the Treaty of the Élysée. And as a federal minister for education and research, it is very important to me to be able to take this project forward. Berlin and Paris are linked by reliable and intense relationships. What's at stake is political and economic sovereignty for Europe, but also self-determination and good living conditions for each and every one of us. And in order to preserve this and protect them, we need new frameworks for disruptive innovations. We need to pool our strengths together, as we have done before in the area of AI. Which is why, for my first visit outside of Germany, I decided to come here to Paris today, and I wish to truly thank you for inviting me. Of course, in such an important and special week, I wish to express all of my solidarity to you, and Arnaud Beltrame's courage reached Germany, and we heard about his bravery with a lot of emotion. He showed us, all of us, how important it was to stand together against terrorism and Islamic terrorism. And my thoughts also go to one of the victims of hatred. But today, as we send a strong cooperation message for the future, we look at one of the aspects of our future cooperation, which is AI. We also send a very strong signal. Ladies and gentlemen, AI is a key technology. It's a driver for economic development and for research, as well as for health and mobility. AI can change our lives, make them more innovative, more intelligent, and more individualized and personalized. It's a great source of hope, but also a great source of fear, which is why we need to start a real society public debate around this idea of artificial intelligence. Because I have one strong belief, and that is that human beings have to be at the center, at the heart of everything that we do. Of course, technological progress needs to be our friend, but we need to move alongside of progress and not have our choices dictated by it. We need to take full responsibilities for what we do. We also want to seize the opportunities that are presented to us while mastering risks and protecting the people. This is what the federal German government wishes to do, as well as the ministries of Germany. France and Germany need to stand together with other member states, as well as with the European Commission, and discuss together the upcoming technical evolutions and progress. Just because something is possible doesn't mean that we have to do it. We need a formal ethical framework. All of our decisions need to be taken bearing in mind the common values that we have set for ourselves. And this is what actually our ministry has been doing since 2017, thanks to our national platform for the learner systems, as we call it. We have started very serious, intense, lively discussions around this issue. What also matters beyond the society aspects is the economic aspect. And AI has the ability to become one of the main factors of competitiveness in Europe. And that is true for France, but it's also true for Germany. We can definitely be among the leaders of economic and scientific progress. We want to be the pioneers of these evolutions and revolutions. This is why for the past over 30 years, my own ministry has been investing in research, and successfully so. The German Research Center, one of them, is the largest research center in the world. It gave birth to over 3,700 cooperators, thousands of jobs were created thanks to it, and it truly participates in growth and economy in Germany. This center, as well as the Fraunhofer, Max Planck, and Helmholtz institutes, are the pride of our nation. And thanks to them, we have a very dynamic scene for research and development, as well as IA. And these institutes are very closely linked with the industry, which is absolutely necessary. This relationship between science and economy is also a true need, because AI needs to become much more than just an area for research. And that will allow us to set our values together in Europe in key areas such as cars, mechanical engineering, robotics, healthcare, logistics, and the banking sector, as well as the insurance sector. German and French companies need to become the leaders in the face of Chinese or American competitions. We need to figure out a way to have logistical solutions that are based on AI be more innovative and faster and grow faster in the economy, so that not only they benefit major companies but also SMEs. The goal being to create a niche with a new idea, which is to use the appropriate economic model, the appropriate business model at the right time so that we can develop and grow. As part of our program to develop AI, we have emphasized and prioritized health, and I'm delighted to see that France also has the same priorities. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a common opportunity to look at common measures together so that we can really play a strong leading role in the international development of AI. I wish that together we establish a network and an excellence hub for Franco-German research in AI. Together we can pool our big data centers, our automated learning centers, and other leading institutions, link them together and create a network. We could also start, for example, bilateral programs, thanks to which our scientific and industrial communities could work together on very concrete projects. So these are elements that will be integrated in our national action plan for artificial intelligence. We will also base ourselves on the propositions coming from the French strategy that will be presented today, which could possibly lead to fruitful cooperation between our countries in the AI sector. Of course, these bilateral activities need to be a part of a wider context, which would be a European context, which is why we also need to consult with our European partners. And only together with our European partners will we be able to really have a good framework for technologies and AI. I am delighted to see that we will be working together in this area, looking forward to working hand in hand with France. Our European networking in science and research is an extremely powerful tool to generate excitement and start a new momentum for Europe. And we will show that as a democratic society, we can truly be creative without forgetting about our lifestyles. Thank you very much for your attention.